Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series, and it looks like we have Boros Aggro versus Orzhov Improvise? I mean, so far the only thing he's played is Inspiring Statuary, which give all non-artifact spells he casts Improvise. But right now would be a time when you wish you could cast something along the lines of Fumigate, because his opponent has quite the board. You know, 2 Inventor's Apprentice, Throbbing Inspector, Thalia. You know, that's 2, 4, 8 power on the board right now. Sram's Expertise. 3 servo tokens, and you may cast a converted mana cost 3 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Well, 3 damage, losing 3 life to get rid of possibly 3 damage, it's an even trade. And then there's the fact that, it was tapping down his stuff. Oh, and another one. But at least he doesn't have to take 3 damage from her this turn. For his sake, I hope he has Fumigate in his hand. Oh, not a... well, non-artifact spell, so he could tap down the Inspiring Statuary to play it. Or, Yeheni's Expertise would be pretty good here. -3/-3 to all creatures, and then you get to cast a 3 mana cost spell for free. Angel of Invention. Okay. So he's got 3 2/2s, which will be good enough to block next turn. But, he's going to have to let some damage through, and being at 5... his opponent is running red. He could have a burn spell in hand just waiting for him to take enough damage so that it's lethal. And he goes for the servo tokens with the Angel of Invention. Not a bad idea, going extra wide so that you have more and more blockers when your blockers are going to die. But, this situation is not good for him. Not good at all. Honestly, all Boros has to do is keep up the pressure. That's quite... manning up Needle Spires. I was like, that's quite a bit of mana. Well, this... let's see... 3 damage he's going to take this turn. And lose 3 servo tokens. And unfortunately, he's not going to kill a single thing his opponent controls. The good news, though, is that his opponent manned up Needle Spires, so he didn't play anything onto the board, he didn't cast a spell, so he was tapped out, so he gets 1 turn to try and save himself here. Because now he's at 2, and all his opponent has to do is play Shock. Which undoubtedly he is playing in his deck. If you're running red, you run Shock in Standard now. Because, 1 mana for 2 damage to either a creature or a player at instant speed is very, very good. I mean, right now, it would kill any creature on the board except for Inventor's Apprentice, and that's only because he has a clue token. Pacification Array. Can be a very powerful card, but at the moment, not good enough. and he decides to concede. There were only a very, very few things that could have helped him there, and most likely still wouldn't have saved him. I mean, if Fumigate would have been great, he would have wiped the board and gained 7 life, gone back up to 9. His opponent would have still been able to attack with the Needle Spires, but he did have a Shambling Vent as backup, and he concedes the whole match. See, that's the thing about this. Inspiring Statuary is actually a very powerful card if you build around it, because non-artifact spells, that's everything except artifacts. So all of your control spells, so Yeheni's Expertise, Fumigate, Planar Outburst, I think that's what another one is called. All of those, just because of Inspiring Statuary. I mean, if you don't play any other artifacts, Inspiring Statuary will knock down 1 mana off of any spell you play, just by itself. And I mean, imagine that. Anguished Unmaking for 2. Sram's Expertise for 3. Angel of Invention for 4. The list is endless and amazing. All these cards are geared towards their mana cost to be balanced. So something like this helps you make them unbalanced in your favor. And the best part about Inspiring Statuary is it's not that expensive. 3 mana. The only problem that I can really see with it, though, is, early game, on turn 3, you probably want to be playing something a little more important than Inspiring Statuary. But unfortunately, this match is over. The video is a little bit shorter than normal, but I'm going to post it anyway because, I didn't really even think of a strategy around Inspiring Statuary, and, it's making me think. It's not a bad card. Anyway, that was Boros Aggro versus, I'll call it Orzhov Improvise, and if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I will see you in the next video.